demon, DonShark, you know, honored though he may be, possibly going to do if the world's strongest gamer himself failed to defeat you? These are the kind of questions you gotta ask yourself. Now, I do think it is sporting of Bison to leave the horse behind before fighting, you know, because fist fighting somebody while on the back of a horse, you know, that's just not fair. You just trample them, there's nothing they can do, like that's not fair. So it's good of them, it's honorable of M. Bison to at least get off the horse first. Okay. Woozy wins the first neutral. DonShark refuses to stand. We do not stay in the corner in this household. And it looks like DonShark just kind of faking some shit out just to see if it catches Woozy. It does not. Gets checked by a sand clap. And DonShark burns himself out for aggro here. Gets a decent amount of damage. I mean, the life is kind of even, honestly, at this point. We've seen so far some quite aggressive play out of DonShark's Bison. And Luke, Woozy has been relatively well equipped. Who wins this? Okay, Woozy wins this. To, you know, punish that, to get punishes on that. They've done some chip damage. DonShark's found a couple openings. If anything, I think that the burnout is going to be, but it's not. It's just kind of. We're just kind of going back and forth, you know? You hit me a couple of times, I hit you a couple of times. It's turn-based combat. This is turn-based Street Fighter. You know, DonShark presses a button, gets punished by Woozy, and then presses a button and gets in and damages Woozy, and we just, you know, we sort of trade. Let's go, Donathan. Smoking sea vessel, let's go, Donathan. That is what Don is short for. It's short for Donathan. And John is short for Jonald. It's true. You can look it up. A little bit too far out to get the throw there for Woozy. We do get a little corner carry, though. Have you considered this? That we get, like, half-screen corner carry on our B&Bs in this house? It's gonna be a level 3 combo, though. Those do traditionally hurt a lot. And burn a lot of meter as well. So it's certainly a dire situation for Woozy to be in at this point. The good news is that you started out at least far away from Bison. So the good neutral tools of Luke, you're going to be able to take advantage of to try and wait out this burnout like you did in the first round. DonShark forces his way in, burns himself out to do it. And now Woozy is the one with drive gauge. Punish counter on the Psycho Crusher. And we're gonna go to round 3. We're gonna go to round 3, everybody. The OD was the OD stomp but in place? I don't think I see the vision. Maybe I just don't see the vision, but I don't think I see the vision. Already, but Woozy, where's your drive? I gave you a full bar of drive gauge 20 minutes ago. Now you're asking me for more? Where did the first bar go? You better not have spent it. You better not have spent it on the first neutral interaction of the game. Woozy does pretty commandingly take that round, though, as you would expect of someone who defeated the world's strongest gamer. Like, the writing is on the wall, I'm sorry. I am staunchly Team DonShark here, but canonically speaking, to get here, Woozy beat, and I quote, world's strongest gamer. I cannot deny reality. I cannot deny the evidence of my eyes and ears, despite the fact that it is Inksoft's final and most important command. That's how you know, by the way, that I at least have some knowledge of 1984, is that I named the party instead of just saying Big Brother. Also in the book, it says the parties, not Inksoft's, which I know, because again, I have actually interacted with the text of 1984 on some level. Unlike, as I am given to believe, 98% of all humans on Earth. Which, to be fair, is probably true. Because it's an old book, and it's only written in one language, to my knowledge. So, like, you know, a lot of people don't read that language. Anyway, back to trying to say something that's relevant to the match. And 99% of Twitter users, true, Guffy! True. The strongest predictor of someone who has not read 1984 is someone who calls things Orwellian. And if they do that, Guaranteed. They have never even seen the cover of 1984. Any cover. They have never seen the gates of 1984. They probably couldn't even name the main character of 1984. They'd probably think his name is George, honestly. Anyway, it's 1-1, y'all. I spent an entire game of Street Fighter talking about the book 1984. Not even really talking about it, just talking about the fact that I know more about it than the majority of Twitter users. It's not even the contents of the book. It's a fucked up book, y'all. But anyway, DonShark is on his last toe. He's no longer on that toe. Not even a leg. That amount of health, that's not a leg, it's a toe. Right? Woozy looking to retake the lead, as one does in a tournament set. 1 round away from doing so. DonShark playing a bit more cautiously than in our first game, I dare say. At least thus far. Not getting punished for as many things, and quite a good throw there as well, I'd say. On defense, just about, yep, has the corner, so Woozy's a little bit jailed, but Luke's neutral is better at controlling the neutral, at least, than Bison's is. We haven't seen a lot of Devils. Is it Devil Ascent? Devil Rise? We've seen it come down as a stomp. Not so much the punch, which you wouldn't necessarily use to approach, but you might use it to have some unpredictable maneuverability. I guess, you know, a character with a Shoryu does cover a decent amount of airspace, so might be the concern behind that. It's now or never, by the way, for DonShark. And he's pressing the now or never button, so you can't exactly fault him for that, but he's still down life in neutral with no drive gauge. Yeah. That is what happens when you're down life in neutral with no drive gauge. And it is now 2-1 for Woozy, immediately taking the offensive in this this round. This next game, what have you. This is a game that he wants to make the last game. That they want to make the last game of the set. He's very close to sealing out the round. Burnt out, but DonShark's got a mountain to climb if he's going to bring it back. Pulled out the punch there. And the Shoryuken that I was like, maybe that's why, is... Yeah. That was probably why. Right, we get hit. The hit is not... Okay, but the punish counter throw? The punish counter throw does pretty good damage. And the drive reversal has not managed to push Bison away. And Woozy is in a tough spot here. The wake up, burnt out Shoryuken does go a little crazy. I know he says mighty uppercut, by the way, but I don't. It's a Shoryuken. The wake up burnt out cannot be invincible Shoryu. It worked, which is, I think, my favorite detail about it. Well, the set of circumstances led to that shit working. This will be the round, by the way. Yeah, it's just, yeah. On that life, you know, somebody catching you DI, and somebody's like, ha, saw that coming. You're done. That's just, you know, it's a canon event. It's a cutscene. It's just how it works. Oh, a little bit, okay, a little bit too, oh, out of the corner? We throw our opponents out of the corner in this house? The punish counter throw, so a pretty good amount of damage for a regular throw at the very least, but this is, holy shit. This is gonna hurt, this is gonna burn out. I think if this were a critical art, it might kill, but since it's not a critical art, it does not kill. Yeah, critical art would have killed there. But like, if Woozy, you know, so much as has like one of those rose petals fall on them, they're dead. Oh my god, the punish doesn't kill? Okay. Psycho Crusher is able to seal it out, and we're going to go directly into Game 5. Frame 1. We're not even going to let the narrator finish telling us who won. We're in it. We're back in it. OD scissor kicks. We plant the bomb. We take the corner. We do a little damage. We do a little damage in this house. Bomb forces Woozy to block, which is ultimately kind of its job. Yeah, it can extend combos. It does damage, but it's ultimately, you know, to use the threats of those things to force your opponent to hold your offense, right? And it does do that. DonShark pushed out of the out of his position holding the corner, but is able to get back into it, and yeah. Because you gotta hold that shit. Because you gotta hold that shit, because of the bomb! Just you, me, and this psycho bomb you planted in me, in my soul. The bomb has returned. The bomb has made its triumphant return, but the drive reversal is able to hit, and so the bomb once again leaves. Life is... it's not super far. It is a life lead for DonShark. I don't think it's that big of a deal right now. Titan Clap holds sweet holding space with Titan Clap. Oh, I did not expect that to confirm. I'm not going to lie, but DonShark is now more or less jailed in the corner. Wait, never mind. Never mind. Woozy presses something that's just spaced out a little bit too much. The punish gets DonShark out of the corner. And DonShark playing pretty defensively for a little while here. OD Psycho Crusher, but then just nothing following up. You know, it's safe because it's OD, then just follow up with nothing. You know, make sure that you're not going to get punished too hard. But Woozy finally finds an opening. Woozy burns out for it, gets a life lead, but only just. And I mean, there could be a psychological aspect to that, but the DonShark takes the life lead back. I mean, the timer is low, but it's not, oh shit, I gotta do something right now low. The parry on the level 1, and then obviously the punish will seal it out. So DonShark beats the person who defeated the world's strong. I'm beginning to